section is called Ask FPA. If you would like us to use your medical question, send it to tv@fpalex.com and include your name if you would like us to use it on the air. Tonight's question is, will FPA, Family Practice Associates, participate with an insurance from the exchange for 2017? My next guest is Mr. Craig Gillespie, who is the CEO at Family Practice Associates, and Miss Missy Rockbond, who is our billing manager. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I almost didn't get that question out, okay? Got stuck there. But tell me, what is the exchange?
Well, the exchange is the Kentucky version of the Affordable Care Act, which is commonly called Obamacare, that in 2016 and years past has provided insurance coverage or the opportunity for individuals who don't have insurance through their employer to purchase insurance off the exchange. And for 2017, there have been a lot of changes to that, including that Kentucky will no longer have their own state-sponsored exchange plan, that it will all go through the federal government.
And there's different options in the exchange.
Yes, there are. There are different health insurers offer different options through the exchange. For 2017, there have been a lot of changes with many of the insurers pulling out of the exchange market in general, but we're in Kentucky, we're down to just a few insurance carriers that will have exchange plans for Kentucky people in 2017, and the big one will be Anthem. Anthem HMO, Pathway HMO is the plan that will be offered for Kentucky individuals through the exchange for 2017. And after a lot of negotiating with Anthem, we are finally happy to say that FPA will be on that plan for 2017. That was something that was a difficult process with us with Anthem, but we were able to get that accomplished.
Now, you mentioned HMO, but there's different types of plans. There's HMOs and PPOs. Tell people a little bit about what the difference is.
Well, HMO versus PPO. HMOs are usually a little more of a narrow network. HMOs have a few more rules typically. They typically require you to pick a PCP, a primary care physician. They typically have a lot more stringent rules on referrals and pre-authorizations. PPO networks are a little more open. You have to see the people that are participating in that PPO, but you don't typically have to have as many referrals and pre-authorizations as you do for an HMO.
All right, now Missy, as a billing manager, I know you hear every excuse and every question possible, okay? So, but what's the biggest misunderstanding people have about insurance when they get into this?
Well, a lot of times people think that when they pay their premiums that that's all they have to pay. So they'll get a statement in the mail and they'll wonder why, I paid my premium, I don't understand why I'm getting an additional bill. So the biggest thing is for patients to understand their plans, to learn about their plans, read their booklet, see what they're going to be responsible for out of pocket.
Now, there's a thing called a deductible. Explain that to us.
And deductible is the amount that patients pay before the insurance will ever kick in and start to pay.
Even if they've paid their premiums already, most people have a deductible.
That is correct, yes. And more they're getting bigger and bigger as time goes on.
So you ought to know at least what you might be out of pocket when you look at these plans, to pick one that you know what you're getting into.
Yes, most definitely.
And then there's a thing called covered and non-covered.
Yes, that's probably a big misconception as well with patients, because when we say it's covered, it doesn't mean that it's covered 100% and there's no out of pocket. It means it's covered, but it could still go towards your deductible or your co-insurance. So there could still be a statement that comes in the mail.
So when you're trying to figure out cost, this is what all this comes down to. Is it a good idea to shop around?
Most definitely, yes.
And I think particularly now with diagnostics are a big area. It's absolutely important to shop around. CT scans, MRIs, basic X-rays are very expensive, and they can be expensive in the hospital, but there are also diagnostic centers or independent places that you can get those that might be a little cheaper. So definitely spend some time and call around and try to get the best deal, the best place that you could go. Of course, a place that offers high quality. And also I think that with deductibles, more you're going to see more plans that have individualized deductibles. So it used to be you'd have a deductible for everything. Now you're going to have a deductible for your office visit, a deductible for hospital care, a deductible for diagnostics. So it's not just the $2,000 deductible anymore. Sometimes they have deductibles applied to different types of services. So it's important to know that as well and just be an informed consumer.
And if you're picking a plan and you want a specific doctor, you're seeing your family doctor, you need to really pay attention if that doctor's in that network and know that you might lose your doctor if you pick a wrong insurance plan.
Absolutely, and that was one of the the questions we got a lot over the last 3 or 4 months about the exchange plans was that patients were concerned that we weren't participating in that particular plan and that they were going to have to change their doctor and pick another doctor. And fortunately, that won't be the case with our patients for Anthem Pathway HMO, but that happens quite frequently if they switch to a different plan. If their doctor is not in that network, then they're going to have to be a self-pay patient and pay for that visit or switch doctors and go find somebody else.
It's great information. There is a little bit different. Quickly, Missy, Medicare Advantage and Medicare PPO.
Or traditional Medicare, which is the Medicare from a while back, you can see anyone who takes Medicare. With the Medicare Advantage plans, you have more of a narrow network where you have to stay within the network. But with traditional Medicare, you can go wherever you want to go. So.
All right, it's great information. We'll be right back after this.